Christina Justice, firefighter paramedic with Salisbury Fire Department, and today we are going to be reading The Firehouse Dog. Meet Hooper. He's a Dalmatian who lives in a firehouse in Brooklyn, New York. The firehouse is on Hooper Street. That's how Hooper got his name. Hooper has his own doghouse inside the firehouse. He shares the firehouse with more than 40 firefighters. What a lot of masters for just one dog. The firefighters take turns working. There are always 11 firefighters in Hooper's firehouse at any one time. The firefighters store their equipment in the firehouse. That way they always have their gear ready to go when the fire horn sounds. Hooper's masters wear heavy fire-resistant turnout coats, rubber boots, and thick gloves when they go to fight fires. These clothes are less likely to catch fire. The firefighters' helmets have eye protectors that keep smoke out of their eyes. Smoke is a big problem for firefighters. If they breathe in too much of it, they can get very sick. That's why firefighters wear heavy tanks of air on their backs when they are fighting fires. The firefighters wear masks over their faces so they can breathe air from the tanks. Firefighters always have to be ready to go when the fire horn sounds. Hooper loves to watch the firefighters practice. They call their practice sessions drills. During a drill, the firefighters see how quickly they can put on their firefighting equipment. Paul opens a hydrant to make sure it works. Then he hooks up the hose. He uses a special key to turn the water on. The hoses are very heavy. Mario, Steve, and Lamar must work as a team to make sure the water goes in the right direction. No one knows when a fire will break out and the fire horn will sound, but there is usually time between fires for the firefighters to exercise and stay fit. That's important because firefighters must be able to climb tall ladders very quickly. They must also be strong enough to hold heavy hoses and carry people out of burning buildings. Some firefighters like to lift weights to stay in shape. But Kevin thinks it's more fun to play tug-of-war with Hooper. Hooper is a working fire dog. He visits schools and helps Kevin teach the children about fire safety. Today, before he leaves, the firefighters all get together to give Hooper a bath. Then Hooper gets to ride to the school on the fire truck. At the school, Kevin talks to the children about fire safety. He teaches them to make sure their parents get smoke detectors, and he warns them never ever to play with matches. Hooper helps Kevin show the children what to do if their clothes catch fire. First, you stop right where you are, then you drop to the ground, then you roll on the ground until the fire is out. It's easy to remember this safety tip: stop, drop, and roll. After their visit, Hooper and Kevin get on the truck and go back to the firehouse. By the time Hooper and Kevin get back to the firehouse, it's time for dinner. Tonight, it's spaghetti and meatballs. Maybe some of the firefighters will sneak a few of those meatballs to Hooper. But just as they sit down to eat, bronk, 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 the horn blares 3 times. There is a fire. Dinner will have to wait. The men slide down the fire pole. It is faster to slide than to walk down the stairs. And when there is a fire, every second counts. The firefighters hurry to put on their boots, coats, helmets, and gloves. Then they get onto the trucks. Charlie drives the engine. The other firefighters call him the chauffeur. Mario, Paul, Steve, and Lamar jump on the truck. Charlie turns on the sirens and lights, and the engine pulls out of the firehouse. The ladder truck, which is driven by Marty, follows close behind, carrying Artie, Bill, Mike, Doug, and Tom. Hooper stays behind and guards the firehouse and the dinner. Sometimes, if there is a big fire, firefighters from all over New York City come to help save lives and property. But tonight, the fire is a small one. The firefighters from Hooper's firehouse can handle it themselves. The engine is the first to arrive. Charlie hooks up the hose to a nearby fire hydrant. Mario and Steve stretch the hose toward the burning building. The ladder truck arrives on the scene. Doug dashes into the building to search for anyone who might be trapped. Luckily, the building is empty. Artie and Bill climb into the giant bucket. The ladder is quickly raised all the way to the roof. They must work together to aim the huge hose onto the roof of the burning building. The firefighters all work together and the fire is put out quickly. No one is hurt. All the drills and preparation have paid off. The last spark is out. Everyone is tired and dirty. The firefighters return to the firehouse to eat their dinner. Later, some of them will rest on beds. Hooper is very happy with his friends that his friends have come home safe and sound. And tonight, while the firefighters rest up and wait for the next call to come in, Hooper will be watching over them. Hooper is very proud to be a fire dog. Now here are a few fire safety tips Hooper and the New York City Fire Department would like you and your parents to know. Number 1, if your clothes catch fire, stop, drop, and roll. Number 2, never play with matches. One match can burn down your house. Number 3, crawl low and smoke. Remember, heat goes up, we go down. Number 4, get out alive, then stay out and live. Number 5, when there is a fire, get out first. Go to a neighbor's house and call the fire department immediately. Number 6, smoke detectors save lives. Check your smoke detectors once every month. Check the batteries each year. Number 7, microwave ovens can burn. Use them only with adult supervision. Number 8, have fire drills in your home. Number 9, know 2 ways to get out of your house in case of a fire. And number 10, cool water is the best first aid for burns. Thanks for reading with me today. Make sure you log all your book hours.